The Four Noble Truths and the Path to True Cessation. Overcoming Delusion for Lasting Liberation. Written by Khenpo, Karten, Rinpoche. Buddha's teaching on the Four Noble Truths presents a structured approach to liberation. He began with the recognition of suffering, urging us to understand its causes, recognize the possibility of cessation, and follow the path that leads to it. This teaching illustrates that true liberation is achieved not through mere physical effort, but by overcoming inner ignorance, which he identified as the root of suffering. This understanding sets the stage for exploring the true cessation of suffering. True cessations are a quality of completely ceasing or abandoning all types of delusion, both gross and subtle, in dependence upon true paths which are their means of attainment. So, if we say that true cessation is the abandonment of all causes of suffering, all delusions, is it really possible to eliminate all delusion completely? Yes, it is definitely possible. I will explain 3 reasons why. The first reason, as said in Pramanavartika, a commentary on valid cognition, the nature of mind is clear light. Defilements are adventitious. This means that although negative states may arise and obscure our true nature, they can be eliminated, allowing us to reconnect with our innate clarity, compassion, and wisdom. Accordingly, the mind is like a temple of clear light, not a filthy abode filled with the 3 poisons. The jewel ornament of liberation says, Buddha is Dharmakaya, and Dharmakaya is Shunyata. Since Shunyata pervades all sentient beings have Buddha nature. Just as there is no division at the nature of the foundational state, there is no difference between the suchness of Buddha and the suchness of sentient beings. Neither is primordially better than the other, larger or higher, etc. All sentient beings have the essence of Buddhahood. Thus, the nature of our mind has always remained clear light, unstained by delusions like attachment and aversion. Delusions are temporary, fleeting moments of consciousness. They are impermanent. The actual nature of the mind is the sphere of the ultimate, never defiled by delusion. For instance, no matter how heavily and long clouds obscure the sky, they cannot become the nature of the clear blue sky. In the same way, deluded minds are only temporary and can be exhausted and abandoned. The second reason delusions can be completely abandoned is that they are mental states, like attachment and aversion, which engage with objects in disaccordance with reality. Such mistaken minds lack valid support from another mind. In contrast, remedial minds, such as love and wisdom realizing selflessness, align with reality. Therefore, the more we familiarize ourselves with these wholesome minds, the more they gain valid support and reliable witnesses. For example, suppose someone kills another, violating the country's law. Both the criminal and accusers go to court, where a jury, witnesses, and judge decide who speaks truthfully. Like that, a mind deceived by the sly delusions can never win. Transcendent wisdom awareness will ultimately emerge victorious. Another example is the relationship between hot and cold. Where one exists, the other cannot. It is just the nature of things. Likewise, when a powerful antidote is present, what it remedies is naturally absent. Since the delusions in the mind are impermanent, they change over time. As long as something is changeable, it is deceptive, not inherently true. Insight realizing selflessness is the direct antidote to ignorance's mode of perception, and it has valid support. By familiarizing ourselves with this awareness, we can eventually abandon delusion. The third reason we can completely abandon delusions is that positive mental states, when cultivated, are infinitely expandable, like the continual advancement of technology. As we cultivate positive mental states, many beneficial qualities develop on this basis. As said in a guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, there is nothing that does not become easier with familiarity. Whatever we familiarize ourselves with, whether good or bad, our mind will follow. On the positive side, on the sacred path of Dharma, we advance from the first to the 10th ground until all defilements are eliminated from the mind. If we contemplate these three reasons, we can overcome delusions by relying on virtuous mental states such as love and compassion, and ultimately by developing wisdom that realizes emptiness, severing delusions at their root. Therefore, it is evident from scripture, logical reasoning, and pure awareness that no matter how much we examine it, the delusions in our minds are something fleeting which can be abandoned. If delusions can be completely abandoned, then true cessation is naturally achievable.